Hello beautiful people. So after my video yesterday, I wanted to make a video on a subject that I've wanted to talk about for quite a while actually, that I was just really waiting for the right time to be in the right space myself of clarity, to be able to give a message that I felt was most helpful to people, most compassionate and most loving. And to do that sometimes you need to be in a state of peace and clarity within yourself. So what I want to talk about is people that are going through struggles and hardships, going through the dark night of the soul, going through depression, substance misuse, going through trials and tribulations, going through loss, all of these things that create chaos in our lives. And what I'm seeing around me at the moment is a lot of people are going through difficult times, and sometimes going into denial and then going into substance misuse and things like that, or going into a lot of mental health issues. And I just wanted to offer some words of solidarity and love, really, because when you're going through that, it is so intense and it crashes all of your barriers to the ground, and sometimes you're in this dark hole that you can't see what's around you, the wood for the trees. You can't see what's really there because all you feel is this despair and this sadness. So sometimes you need people around you who can just see you for who you truly are, who can reflect that back to you. And I feel like a lot of that has been my role as I've been growing up, that people tend to gravitate towards me, to open up to me, because I'm quite a peaceful, peaceful generally person, that people tend to know that they can trust me, to open up to me. And for me, I feel like it's really an honour that I get to tell people how I see them, who I feel that they are. Sometimes when you lose yourself, you drop all these barriers and you don't know who you are anymore, because you define yourself by different roles and things. And then as you behave in ways that you feel don't reflect your highest self, you feel like maybe you're ashamed of yourself, or you're acting in ways that you don't want to be doing. But sometimes you need someone to say, I see you for who you really are, and if you need someone to forgive you, then I can forgive you, if that helps you. Because I've kind of lost my train of thought. Because I tend to see people that I don't just see them as this little human them, this you know, what actions they're doing at the time, but I see all of who they are. I see them from a higher perspective. I see the beauty of their soul, and I would always authentically tell people what I see, because I think it's really important to create that love in the world, that transparency. So I'll never kiss someone's arse. I'll never tell someone something that I don't see. But sometimes people see themselves in one way, and I can say, this is how I see you. I see you as being a leader. I see your potential. I see the love you give the world. I see your hope. I see your heart. I see your kindness. And the majority of people are far more beautiful than they think they are. So if you are drawn to be the guiding light for someone else when they're in their own darkness and they need someone to just be there for them, then have the courage just to tell them how beautiful that they are and to be there for them. And that doesn't mean that you have to fix anyone. What I've learned, the biggest thing that I've learned in mental health, and why I didn't train further in it, was because I found that no one can change unless they're ready to change themselves. You can't fix other people, but what you can do is to remind them of their sovereign nature, to remind them of how powerful they are, and just trust that they can get themselves through, that they can move through it. So yeah, I think that's my message, and I just wanted to remind people that people think that sometimes people just see me as this very kind of ethereal person who's lived this very easy life, and I've got to these revelations, to this open-heartedness, by going deeply into my own darkness, by exploring many aspects of myself, by losing myself, by doing many things that I'm not proud of, and but yet having come through it, having come through that darkness, having many times reached that rock bottom moment where I literally could not see my way through. I couldn't see how I could carry on living because life just felt too painful for me. To get from there to where I am today, and to know that I made it through, that I'm strong enough to make it through, and not only have I made it through, but those things that I've been through have made me stronger, have formed the strong foundation of belief in myself and my belief in helping others, in supporting others to get to that same point of knowing how beautiful they are, knowing what they have to give the world. So that's just what I want to share, is just if you're going through a hard time, know that you are deeply loved and you are more beautiful than you think you are, and everything that you do to help yourself is a step forwards. You don't need to be hard on yourself, you don't need to try and rush ahead, but if you can even just get out of bed and get dressed today, give yourself a gold star. If you can do something just to help look after yourself, to be more caring with yourself, just eating food that helps you, helps your body to continue working, then it's an act of self-love. And if you can try and make your surroundings a bit more tidy and clean, I find that that really does make a huge difference to how you feel psychologically inside. Having a clean environment outside yourself seems to have some kind of therapeutic effect inside, and getting out in nature as well, I feel, is really therapeutic. So if you can manage to get outside, even if you have social anxiety, you can wear sunglasses, pretend that you're not part of the world, it's just you. But if you can get out and just sit on nature, then you regain that little bit of simplicity beyond the chaos of your mind. You find some kind of inner balance, and never be afraid to seek support from other people, because people love you far more than you think they do. Sometimes you don't see people for a while, and people forget about each other because people get really busy in their own lives. But if you genuinely ask for support, you'll be surprised how many people really deeply care about you. And if you need more support, there are always support systems out there as well. There are always charities. So lots of love, beautiful people.